Live, so hopefully everything is working. I'm Julia Snarovich, and this is Movement Connection Clinic. So this is my journey. I'm coming to you because I am the least fit I've ever been, and I have all of these problems. And I kind of want to show you how I would read body patterns in my clients and fix them, and I'm going to do it to myself first. So I'm giving myself a 30-day challenge here to go live for all you guys so you can see. And hopefully you enjoy and you learn some really good information. So where I would start is I would identify what is compacted in your body and where are your injuries. So where are you sore? So for me, if I, as you can see, my sides here are compressed, right? A little bit as I stand, my weight shifts forward. So I'll show you from the side. So as I stand, the weight of my body is pulling myself forward because I recently had a kid and I've been sitting and breastfeeding and I hold them in this position. So my muscles aren't working as they should be. So it's not just the muscles, but it's also the pattern behind the muscles. So it's the fascial pattern. So what I'm tackling first is I'm going to roll out the fascial pattern so I can get my body working in sequence. So right now with my current pattern, so I'll show you what's wrong. So this is educational and I love this because I can show you, hey, I'm not in shape, but I'm going to get in shape, and this is what's wrong with me. So right now, as I'm standing, right, you can see that my weight's shifted forward, and I'm a little bit, if you look at my belly button, I'm a little bit turned to the left. Okay, so likewise, because this is where I hold my kid, and I do that little mom shift to the left. Okay, so what I'm doing here, oh, hang on one second. I just want to fix my chats. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to fix this pattern because no matter what, even if, let's say I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for a run, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna do burpees, I'm gonna do sit-ups. This is why when you go to the gym, you feel better and you get fit, but you still have those aches and pains. I'm not trying to just do it cosmetically. I'm actually trying to fix my aches and pains. So I'm going to show you where all my aches and pains are and what I'm going to tackle today. So to start, if I had my little marker here, right, my aches and pains are a little bit on my heel here because I'm getting pushed this way with the kid. My butt is hurting on the outside right here. My back is hurting a little bit right here, and sometimes a little bit on this side right here, and my neck on this side. So this makes sense. So this is the pattern that you're most likely to do and the position that you're in the most. Your body defaults to that. So if you have a desk job and you're sitting all the time, okay, your body will fall to that position. So right now, if I relax, this is where I want to be. But this is not a functional place to exercise, to run, to be fit, to everything, because I'm just going to I'm actually not in my hips right now. I'm actually doing a side movement, and I'm not going to rotate. So what I need to do is I need to get my thighs to pull in, but I need to pull in from the feet. So I need to grip from the feet to the stomach to push my back. And then from here, I need to get an untwist. So I need to feel the connection again from the floor to the head. So the three places that I need to unlock for me, and if you were a client, I would show you how I view them and unlock that. But for me personally, it's going to be, I'm collapsed into my left side. And what I need to do is I need to take my pressure from my left, unlock it, open it up so that I can start connecting my right side. Because right now I have a drop. Also, I have a lot of pressure downward. So from having the baby, right, my core is dropped here. So what I need to do there is I need to connect, but I need to feel the pull up, not just sucking in or pulling up, but feel the pull up from my stomach all the way to my head. Perfect. So for me, I'm going to tackle my areas of tightness and what I see wrong with my body, where my pain are, and what's going on. So first thing is I'm going to unlock the areas. So for a lot of people, they have foam rollers, they have balls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ball and I'm going to put it right underneath my stomach here so I can start pulling some of this fascia and connect my core. Because if my core is not connected and I'm trying to exercise, I'm just going to injure myself more. So where I'm starting on day one is I'm going to connect the core. So first, I'm going to lie down. And this is key because I want the fibers pulling up and in towards me. So I'm going to take the ball, I'm going to place it on my lower abs, and then I'm going to sink down into it. And as I sink down into it, right, I can hold it there and I'm starting to feel unleashed. So clearly, if you're pregnant, you have a burn mark, you have a cut on your stomach that's new, don't do this. Don't just go in and tackle your stomach. But this is a key place to start for a lot of people because our gut is so heavy. So I've been stuck in the position where my pelvis is tilted under and my core, I'd say my lower abs have been stuck in that. So because it's been tilted and I've been rounded, all of that tissue is just compressed. So the first thing I'm going to start is I'm going to start just opening up my tissues. I'm going to go for a walk every day. I'm going to try to reconnect so I don't feel like shit anymore and I get my energy back. So I'm here, I'm going back and forth. It doesn't feel pleasant, like I'm unlocking areas of pain right now. So I'm just going to breathe into it. So I'm going to hold for a little bit. I'll take a couple breaths. I'm going to breathe into the spot. So even though right now I look semi-fit, I actually am very weak and feel very disconnected because I have no core strength right now. And the goal here is to have the body, slowly connect my body so that my body is working for me and not against me. So it's not fighting me. And I'll reiterate that throughout. Good. And then I'm just going to go a little bit more to the middle as I pull from the left. And I'm just going to hold it. So this is going to be the first thing that I'm working on today. So I'm probably going to do this about two, 3 times today just so I can get my movement pattern and start to feel my stomach up. So why here? Because I relaxed and I felt this shift. So that means that I have a tightness here, right? I have a tightness here, back here. I'm looking for the shortened and compressed areas so then I can open them back up. 1 second. Okay, perfect. So from here, starting on my abs, pulling them. Now I'm gonna go to where my pain is, where I feel compressed. So because I have that pelvic rotation, this is where I like to be, right? My hip right here on the left side is getting locked. So I'm locked right down here. So the next place I'm going to roll out, and this is, like I said, this is day one, me opening up the body before I get into crazy dynamic movements. So from here, I'm going to have a seat on the ball, and I'm actually trying to pull the tissue. So if I relax, my leg will turn out to the side. So as I roll out, I'm trying to pull the tissues this way. So I'm trying to pull the tissues from here over and in. So ball, here, over and in. And again, like this is going to be one of the areas I'm going to get to today to unlock the body. Okay. And as I do it, I'll slowly like open and close my leg for the hamstring and for the hip. Okay. Next, so the next spot would be, so as I turn here, you can see this butt right here gets compressed. So I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to place it on my butt here. And I'm going to tackle the areas so that I can start reconnecting my core from here to here. Because what I want essentially is I want my groin connected to my shoulder. And as I turn, as I rotate, it needs to travel through the stomach. So I need to be up and over onto my hip. So I'm going to start to unlock my right hip because this is a compressed area. So a lot of times if you want to start fixing yourself, it's better to start with what's shortened rather than what's stretched. Right? So when you have certain patterns, you have your muscles shortening and lengthening. And what happens is some will be over tight and some will be over short. And what you want to do is you want to get what's compressed first and open it up. So then that way the lengthened muscles will start to contract a little bit more and you can feel that going on. So today I'll start for day one. I'm just going to see where my problem areas are. I'm going to roll out my lower stomach. I'm going to roll out my hamstrings. I'm going to roll out my hip. And then, lastly, to link my core together, I want you to see this because I need the front of my body working up and the back working down. So I'm going to do a little rehab exercise. So when you look at yourself, right, if you have back pain or anything like that, and you want to start connecting your core, take a look. So my indent right here is pretty high and it corresponds to here. The indent in my stomach should be a little bit lower, should be about over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little balloon for day one. I'm going to put it through my back here and I'm going to practice lifting. And I'm not going to flatten my back and squeeze it because what I did here was if I just tuck my tailbone under and I don't get the lift, I'm just going to get a little pooch right here. So you can see this, right? Like if I just pull and push, I'm just going to have like extra skin hanging because I'm just trying so hard to force it down. You have to allow the body to lift up. So what I'm going to do here is I want to feel my core. So I want to pull this up and allow my back to come down without forcing it kink down. So I'll show you here. So if I was against the wall, I would use my feet, I would push in, and I would allow. And as I do that, it's gentle. It's not such a strong force. And as I pull and push and bring everything down, I can feel my stomach right now. And now the key for me is to breathe. So my exercise for today to release my body is rolling out and then taking this balloon, putting it right where the back is, the middle of the back, and then just allowing myself to get the lift and to hold it there without forcing it down from my stomach. I need to lift and lengthen. So lift and lengthen and hold. And I'll do the lying down. So watch. Lift and lengthen and hold. I'm trying to bring it to my head. So as I push my core, bring it to my head, and then you'll start to see I'll start shaking. And that's what I want because it's the little movement. It's the little things that are going to make the changes. I have to not go superficial to change myself. I need to go deep. So that's why I'm doing all these little things. Unfortunately, it's about feeling again. So you can do so many exercises in the gym, but at the end, it's what do you feel, right? Do you feel the muscles working together? Do you feel it in sequence? So yeah, I'm happy this worked out. So that was my live today. So day one, I'm just gonna start rolling out my stomach to start pulling everything back up. With this pattern, rolling out my hamstring, my hip here to unlock that, and rolling out the hamstring, and then trying to get the core set. So I'll post some stuff today, but I'll keep working on it. Thank you very much for having me, and I'll see you tomorrow.